Hello friends, how you guys doing? Welcome once again to our channel. All right, so in this week we are diving into the market to see the opportunities that is there available for us this week. All right guys, so if in case you've not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe and like and share this video as we dive into the chart. Right, so last week we're actually going sideways and you can see what the market is doing. So we're starting with Bitcoin. All right, so last week the market actually completed this move. So what we're expecting in this market now is after this wave is completed, we have this AP, this is C, kind of a complex structure the way I see it here, guys. All right, so we're expecting this market to continue moving up. Now there are two scenarios to this. Yesterday we saw this pattern, so we posted this on our Instagram. In case you are not following us on Instagram, guys, you can follow us, because yesterday we saw this update on WhatsApp, on Instagram, when we posted it. So we saw that in the 1 hour time frame that the market actually will break this, and actually broke, and we are still there on the trade. So there are two things that we need to watch out for. The first one is this. Now watch out for this 31,000 range. All right, so the two things we're expecting where the market continues high, all right, or if you tag this, if you give us a corrective structure, we might decide to liquidate our position. But for now, we are still waiting for the trade to play out as expected of it, guys. All right, so that is what we have on Bitcoin. Then if you take a look on anytime Bitcoin move, Ethereum also move. So what are we expecting? We've had this completion. The market has actually finished this move, so it's moving up now. So we're expecting this to actually continue high before it drops. But everything here, guys, is still corrective in nature. So we're still expecting definitely this market is going to drop once it finishes this move. So that is what we're expecting on Ethereum. So the same thing applies in Bitcoin. Now if we take a look on Binance Coin, and that Binance Coin actually, plays a lot of confusing structure over the weekend, because we were expecting whereby this drops, but more than this, instead it gave us this. So now we can see clearly what the market is doing, that this market is actually giving us A, B, C, whereby this first one is A, B, all these are C, guys. So any moment from now, we might, if you see a sell structure, this might be a beginning of a move down. Okay, so maybe if this didn't play out this way, if it decides to drop halfway here and move pushes up, then we can also see this to be a kind of running structure A, B, C. So anything is possible, and you can see there are many ways in which this structure can form itself. So that's why we are trading as the market develops itself. Okay, so for now we are not in the trade. We have actually closed our long position, and we are just waiting to see the next move for the. All right, so take a look on the Dogecoin. Right, all these cryptocurrency pairs, they are just the same in structure these days. Dogecoin is actually moving the same way. We've seen it playing out. Okay, and this is correction. A, B, C is completed. At the break of this is completed. So this is expected to move. So you can see Dogecoin has a lot of room to move. We're expecting it to spike up before it drops. So expect this spike today, guys, or tomorrow. All right, so this spike, I think, is a healthy one. It will come up today or tomorrow, guys. So expect this to happen this way on Dogecoin. All right, so that is just the few we can take on crypto, because almost all of them is the same structure, the same thing, everything. So if you also take a look on this market cap, the Btc Market Cap, let's take a look on this Btc Market Cap. I think we have a lot to tell us. Now, if you take a look on these guys, you can see clearly that what the market is doing is this market will actually give us this move before it start dropping. Okay, and now if you understand BTC dominance to market movements, as this man is spiking here, most markets will be bleeding. But once it starts dropping, every market, like most especially altcoin, will start gaining momentum. All right, so what we're expecting in BTC dominance cap is let this market drop, spike a little bit like this and start dropping. So there is a short-term bull market that will be coming very soon, maybe probably next month or after, in 2 months to come. There will be a short bull, because as this one is dropping here, the market will be booming. Then after that, it start coming up again, and this season will be longer, and every market will also bleed to hell before a final drop. Okay, so this is what we are seeing on the bull BTC dominance. Okay, so the picture here is clear for us to know, so we can prepare for the future. All right, so that's what we expected for the market. You can see anytime it's dropping, altcoin season is booming. Like this is the last altcoin season. This is the last altcoin season, guys. Okay, as you can see. So let's just wait and see what happened here. This is what we're expecting. Okay, so expect these guys as the market develops. Thank you. Now let's go to the Forex pairs, as because you have a fantastic setup there for you guys this week. All right, we are starting with gold. Now you can see, let's look at what is going on here on the 4 hours in gold. Now something is playing out here that we all need to pay attention to. You can see that the market has actually given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is a leading diagonal, guys, for gold, and nothing stopped the market for giving us a 3-wave here and continue up. Okay, so watch out for this guy. If this plays out on gold, then we'll be joining this big trend. But we were expecting before for the market to actually drop here before going up, but you can see instead it gives us this. Now we can also equate this to be a leading diagonal, because that is what we can see from all the structure so far on the gold chart. All right, so for today, I don't think there is a straight setup for today. All right, so let's just wait for this 3-wave pullback before continuing up. All right, so on the Euro USD, what we're expecting of this is for the market to actually tag here and drop. Okay, we're expecting it to tag here and drop, probably 3-wave before going up again. So expect something like this to play out. I would advise you to take this, because this is the last wave of this move. Okay, just wait for this. Instead, wait for the sell setup when it's ready. Okay, and because that will give you a lot of room, at least to this point, before the market start going up again. Now we are pound USD. Now the pound USD, what we're expecting of this market is for us to see a completion of this wave. Now you can see it's forming wave upon wave upon wave. So expect this point now to be cleared off. Once this market cleared off, maybe in the next New York session, then expect a 3-wave move down, up, or continuous downward. So for now, we don't really have any buy or sell structure, because the market is just in the middle of nowhere. We're expecting this resistance to be cleared off, guys, before we can see the clean setup for us. All right, so the Aussie this morning, yesterday, we saw this potential trade setup. All right, so actually we took this trade. So what we're expecting is for this market to continue high. All right, even though this might be a final wave, so expect this within these points. There might be a reversal and the market give us a 3-wave move up. So we're expecting this market to continue moving up at this point. Okay, so how we are evaluating it, we've seen that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are 5-wave. Then after that, 3-wave move down, and before we continue up. All right, so for now, if in case you've not joined us on this trade, just wait for the next confirmation. The pound yen. All right, so this pound yen, what we're expecting for this market, 2 things, because the way it's moving, 2 things are possible. Either the market goes up like this to break this high before it starts dropping, okay, or continues like this. So expect something like this to play out. Either it gives us a running flat or a expanding flat, which is possible at this point. So that's what we're waiting for, a confirmation. Now it's just doing nothing. Okay, yesterday we took on Friday, we took a sell at this point. It drops and it bounces back again. So let's just wait and see what the market will do. When it completes this phase, then we can see now clearly what is doing next. Now the Euro AUD, Euro AUD is actually moving sideways all this while. But now what we're expecting on this market is for us to have this move and continue dropping. Okay, forget about this spike that is going up. We see everything to be correctively. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This is what we are expecting of the market to play out. Just note this, guys, on the Euro AUD. So one, to be on the safe side, they can put a sell stop here, or if you go down to lower time frame, you can draw a line here and put a sell stop. At the break of this, that will be your sell. All right, the dollar Swiss, remember what I told you guys last week? Last week we were here. I said, since we detected this running flats and the market keep going this sluggish move, I said we are no longer interested in this. If not, instead we are interested in the sell setup. So we saw that sell setup here and also here and here. So the same thing applies here to be dropping. After that, it gives us a bigger bounce and drop again before it goes. So expect something like this to play out on the dollar Swiss. The pound New Zealand, this is a sell setup. We've identified it and it's dropping. So let's continue dropping, guys. At least let's tag this line until we tag this trend. Then before we now see what actually the market is doing more. But for now, we are already expecting more profits on the sell setup. Then the dollar card. Now this one actually is going sideways. But if you take a look on the bigger picture, we've seen that this is a corrective structure, so expect something like this before it drops. So maybe this comes to this point and start dropping. Now putting a sell stop here will be the best thing for you on the dollar card, which you have placed already. So let's wait. If it fails, tags us in, good. I believe from there it will start dropping aggressively. Okay, either it drops to this point or to this point. Even to clear up this is possible, guys. That's on the dollar card. Now, if you take on the euro yen, sorry, the euro pound, this one actually has broken this trend. So there will be a sideways move here before it gives us the clear signal. Now, what it's doing now is not clear to us. So we don't just jump into the market when we don't understand what the market is doing. So we have actually seen, I think this might be a continuation downwards, whereby it pulls up like this, it drops, whereby this can be A, B, C before it drops. So it's just in the middle of that corrective structure, and that's why it's not clear enough. So let's wait and see before you engage the market. Let the market commit to you, guys. This is what we're expecting. That would be perfect. And I do set up for us before we engage into the market, because taking a buy or a sell here is not that healthy. What of something like this if markets actually decide to give you this an impulse, three-wave move, correction and impulse. Impulse is more, I think, predominantly than the sell of now. Okay, so let's just wait and see what actually the market will do. Then the Aussie card. The Aussie card is actually moving up, just like the Aussie is moving. So we're expecting the market to complete this wave, the fifth wave. All right, so we've seen this A, B, C, whereby this C is rated to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before it drops. Okay, I'm expecting this to drop because of this. There will be a drop, so that this might be a completion of this before eventually the market starts going up. The dollar yen. All right, so wait for this to break this, guys. It's imminent, and it's possible that this breaks this today. Once you break this, then expect a bounce, okay, before the market might decide to continue downwards. So let it break this low before it bounces off and start coming down. Now the Aussie Swiss. The Aussie Swiss here is going sideways for a long time. But if you can see here, the market is still the same thing. All right, it never changes. So what we're expecting is this, a drop. But the bigger time frame tells us that we should be expecting a drop, okay, a little pullback before continuing. Because whenever you see the market move this way, you have spent a lot of time here. So the most important thing is just wait until it clears off. Now, if you are waiting for a buy. You can put a buy stop at every new lower high it makes. So in case it's moving aggressively, you can target in. So that's just it. Now the last but not the least here for our pairs today is on the Audi's yen. This is a set setup, guys. All right, we've detected that as a set setup. All right, so in case you're interested in these pairs, I think you need to take this trade at the break of this, take it downwards. And we're expecting this to break, even to this point, to continue lower before it goes up. So let's wait for it. For this, if you are aggressive, there's nothing stopping you from taking the trade now, right? And if you are conservative, wait for this trend to be broken, take this trade at this point, and let it ride downwards. All right, guys, so this is where we're doing the cutting for today. And one of the setup that we see clearly on the Forex space is this Audi yen, okay, sell setup. So take note of it, guys, and let's see how it goes. We'll update you guys as the market gives us more data. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.